What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome everyone to the Everyday Norm Show. I am your host, Big Norm, aka Norm Dizzle. I want to thank everyone for watching and tuning in and telling your friends about the Everyday Norm Show that you can find on YouTube. And we now have launched our first live episode on Instagram. So please check out Everyday, spelled one word, Norm Show on Instagram and the Everyday Norm Show on Twitter. Don't forget about the Everyday Norm podcast. You can find on Facebook, Anchor, and Twitter, among other outlets. I appreciate everyone supporting both shows. I appreciate everyone telling a friend, and let's make this show as big as we can. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, today's subject, the aftermath of Summerslam 2018 WWE at the Barclays Center in New York City. We have our results, the winners, the losers, some surprise twists, and we're going to talk about the predictions of the matches that I did last week, plus the ones I wasn't able to predict because of time restraints for my video, my airtime. Okay, so I'll tell you how I did and how I didn't do. But nonetheless, I am ready for Wrestle Talk. I brought my throwback WWF Championship, and who knows, I may travel to another couple more organizations and take their world titles, because clearly they're not doing anything in the Champions of the Week. So this is just the start of many more to come. But now we're going to talk about some of the surprises that Vince threw at us at SummerSlam, at Raw, and on SmackDown Live this week. So, first and foremost, let's talk about SummerSlam. Right. Now, the first thing I want to talk about are the predictions that I wasn't able to give last week. Matches like the Intercontinental Championship, the Tag Team Championship, Raw and SmackDown, and the triple threat tag team match for the Raw SmackDown Women's Championship. Okay, now some of the winners I got right, but the circumstances behind them I got wrong. Now, when it came to the Raw tag team titles, I did predict that the B team would retain, but I thought that once they retain, it would cause Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy to go heel and possibly reform a different version of the Wyatt family. But that did not happen, and then of course we know that Matt Hardy has been injured, so that leaves an opening question mark as to the fate of what Vince is going to do with Bray Wyatt. Will he reform another version of the Wyatt family, or will he give Bray Wyatt another solo run? Okay, now this is as far as the Intercontinental Championship, I thought that Dolph Ziggler would actually retain against Seth Rollins. Of course, we know that Dean Ambrose has returned, so I thought my prediction was, not only did I get the prediction of the winner wrong, but also the circumstances, because I felt that that would play a role later on down the line in the pay-per-view. Now, as far as the triple threat match between Carmella, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte Flair, I did think that Carmella was going to lose the title to Becky Lynch. Of course, we all know that Charlotte Flair won the triple threat match. This caused tension between Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair, which caused Becky Lynch to go heel. Surprisingly, though, even though she went heel, the fans went crazy. So it's kind of hard to build a heel type character when the fans love him. We've seen this years ago back with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Okay, as much as Vince tried to paint him as a bad guy, even in cases with Brock Lesnar, the fans still cheered the bad guy. But nevertheless, Becky Lynch came up short. And far as the Money in the Bank contract match, I don't know a person alive who actually thought that Kevin Owens was going to beat Braun Strowman for the Money in the Bank contract. Me personally, I thought that was a filler match, because I've never seen someone put their Money in the Bank contract up for grabs. This may be the start of something else in the future moving forward as far as pay-per-views, but that remains to be seen. So Braun Strowman was, to me, an obvious win. Just like Ronda Rousey was an obvious win to me versus Alexa Bliss. I do know that Alexa is very crafty. She could outsmart your opponent, but Ronda Rousey is a dominant figure in WWE. She is the female version of Brock Lesnar, and WWE has made her look that way. So the problem I have with this is not that Ronda won the title, but now with the way you have built her up, basically making her a female Brock Lesnar, who do we see that could actually beat Ronda Rousey in a match to take the women's title from her? I don't see it except two people, maybe two people. Nia Jax, who's been absent for some time, and possibly Asuka. But right now, Asuka is on SmackDown. Other than that, I don't see anyone else in the Divas division on either brand that could actually beat Ronda Rousey for that title. But we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But we do know that someone is waiting down the lines. It could be a Charlotte Flair. It could be an Asuka. It could be a Nia Jax. We don't know right now. The Universal title match, it was a stroke of genius for Braun Strowman to come out, literally stand at ringside with his Money in the briefcase and tell both opponents, it doesn't matter who wins, because as soon as the bell is over with, one of you are going to get these hands. And he sat and waited and waited and waited and waited. Of course, we know Braun Strowman did not cash in his Money in the Bank contract. Roman Reigns finally got over the Brock Lesnar hump. Now, what I thought was going to happen was Roman would win the title. However, I did not expect Braun Strowman to be waiting in the wings. But I thought that once Roman won the title, he would then be attacked by Brock Lesnar, causing Seth and Dean to come out, help their Shield brother, maybe powerbomb him on the attack, and then the Shield would reunite on SummerSlam. That didn't happen either. So a lot of my winners were wrong, and the circumstances were wrong as well. SmackDown tag titles, I thought that the Bludgeon Brothers would retain the tag titles, which they did. But I also felt that the loss would cause the New Day to lose a member, particularly Big E. All right. Now, the aftermath of pay-per-view 2018 SummerSlam Barclays Center. We saw Raw with the new Universal Champion issuing his first challenge, his first title defense on Raw the day after winning it against the former champion Finn Balor. Didn't see this coming. So not only did he defend the title, he gave an opportunity to the first Universal Champion who never got a chance to get a title back. Now, we saw the aftermath of that. We know that Dolph Ziggler lost his match with Dean Ambrose. So this set up a very, very familiar feeling. Okay, so Roman Reigns defends the title against Finn Balor. But during the match, once again, Braun Strowman, still salty about not cashing in the day before, comes in and waits for a winner to be determined. Now, wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. Oh, that's right. I forgot to tell you. I took a little trip up to Philadelphia to an organization called ECW, and I just had a little talk with their world champion. We signed a match during the short time I was doing this broadcast, and so we went up there, had our quick match. Of course, I won, and lo and behold, look what I came up with. Wow, my second world title, and I've never declared my professionalism in wrestling. So, wow, what an honor. I'm now the WWE and the ECW World Heavyweight Champion. But nevertheless, back to Raw, okay? We saw just when Braun was getting ready to cash in Money in the Bank, the Shield, Seth and Dean go backstage, change their Shield gear, and help Roman Reigns keep his championship. So the Shield are back together. Everyone is healthy. Everyone is back. Dean looks great. Seth looks great. Now you have two members of the Shield with titles. Seth, the Intercontinental Championship, and Roman Universal Championship. Okay, so we'll have to wait to see how things plays out as far as Braun Strowman, because now without Brock Lesnar, you don't have a legitimate heel on the show. So what do? Are you going to make Braun Strowman the heel again? That seems like the more likely scenario, because at the end of Raw, people were wondering, did the Shield just go heel? No, they haven't. They just helped out the Shield brother. So we'll have to wait and see how things going on. Now, I've heard talks about a possible NWO reunion. We don't know. I hope not. They can't do anything. They can't handle the Shield. So we'll have to wait and see. Now, moving over to SmackDown. AJ Styles lost his by disqualification because he lost his cool and attacked Samoa Joe with the chair. I thought that Samoa Joe would win his first championship at the pay-per-view the night before, but when addressing his actions, AJ Styles was attacked by Samoa Joe. So that is going to play out for a while. We may see another rematch possibly at the next pay-per-view, Hell in a Cell. Now, Becky Lynch goes on SmackDown and addresses the WWE Universe why she attacked Charlotte Flair. She says Charlotte Flair has been keeping her down and it's her time to shine. Charlotte Flair comes out, a massive melee ensues. All the superstars, the divas from the roster, from the locker room, come out to keep the two separated. Daniel Bryan lost his match to The Miz, but we saw a surprise return by Brie Bella. So we're going to pay attention and see how that plays out. Possibly another mixed tag match somewhere down the line at another pay-per-view. Who knows? But we will have to wait and see. We saw Shinsuke Nakamura retain the title, U.S. title against Matt Hardy. We also saw Matt Hardy exact a little bit of revenge on Randy Orton on SmackDown Live. Okay? Now, we also saw a rematch from SummerSlam for the tag title. The Bludgeon Brothers defend against the New Day. The New Day win. However, one of the Bludgeon Brothers, if I'm correct, Aaron Rowan, has been injured. So we'll have to wait and see. That will probably mean we will see more time of the Usos as they feud with the New Day. I don't see any other tag team that can hold the people's attention. The New Day and the Usos have put on some of the most classic tag team matches we have seen in recent memory. So that's like the only more likely case that we will see feuding against the New Day once again until either Rowan comes back or another tag team steps up. Okay, so I will give you my final predictions coming up right now. Honestly, guys, I don't know what's going to happen next, other than I think the Shield will dominate for sure. That I can predict that with certainty. And that Samoa Joe will be world champion before the end of 2018. Possibly as early as Hell in a Cell. But other than everything else, we'll have to wait and see how it plays out. That's going to be my show for today. Oh, that's right. I also went to the NWA during this break, and I picked up a parting gift from their world champion. So now you can just call me the undisputed WWE, ECW, and NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Thank you, everyone, for watching the show. Please subscribe, like, drop a comment, and I will see you when I see you. I'm reminded of these parting words by Flash from the High Five Heartbeats when he said it best, and I quote, "It's lonely at the top,